Here comes the big man.
How's things?
Not bad. Is this reinforced? What we're standing on right now? Is it reinforced? How are you, big man? How's things?
Yes. Good to be here. Good to see you guys. Obviously, it's been a while.
It's been a while
since I've seen you both.
No, he took our place over here. He said we need somebody. We need somebody local over here.
Shift over a
He's
little
good.
bit.
Yeah.
What can I do?
It's good to see you guys. When was the last time you was in the UK?
Usyk, for the first Usyk fight, 2021.
It's been a long time
since then,
That's when you change all across the board. Stop following everybody on Instagram. Including us.
Let me tell you how to use Insta. Let me show you how to use Insta. I was telling my friend about this the other day. So if you only follow the people that you already know, when you go online, you tend to see things that you already probably know about someone. Yeah, you spoke to your friend, they're on holiday, you spoke to this person, they're working. So what I've done, I've only followed things that are out of my reach and things that I have a vast interest in. Could be the animal planet, the universe,
In other words, he's not interested in us, bro.
I can see that. So, follow things that you have complete interest in outside of your general knowledge, and that's how I use it. That's why I feel like I get the most out of social media now. And my Explore page.
Were you guys hurt by it?
He always got the right thing.
You guys hurt by it?
I was a little tiny hurt. I was like, yo, I called Barak. I was like, yo.
I messaged him.
I got the phone call. And I got a message. It's like, Ade, I'm changing up here. I'm switching up a little bit. No, I got it indeed. When did you get into the country?
A week ago, about 10 days ago.
Yeah.
Well, last Thursday, 10 days ago or so.
I feel like we haven't seen much of this Dallas fight camp, which I actually like. I like almost the hidden away, and then you come out, and then we see a different AJ, a new AJ, maybe the same AJ. What's it been like in Dallas, Texas?
That's been good. It's how to explain. It's obviously like I could talk about the heat, but it ain't about Dallas. It's about the coach.
Right.
Yeah.
And Derrick James, I don't want to put pressure on him and say like, whatever happens in my career, I'm going to put down to me.
Yeah.
But I feel like Derrick James as an individual is one of the best coaches I've seen and I've spoken to. And I really respect him. So you put Derrick James in anywhere in America, anywhere in the UK, I would still get the benefits of working with him. But just in general, Texas, it's warm, it's out of the way. But I'm there for Derrick James.
What would you say, what moment you would say during camp where you said to yourself, take me back to that moment when you said, okay, I made the right decision, I'm in the right place?
It's interesting. So when I made that comment to myself was basically when it got really tough, I said, isn't this what I searched for?
Right.
Isn't this what I've been looking for?
You wanted to be pushed to the limit.
You see what I'm trying to say? So in a way, it was like, that's when I found out that this is where I wanted to be, because I said to myself, this is what I've been searching for. So why am I saying, like, you know, sometimes athletes, they get back, I'm in the car like, man, this guy's crazy.
It's 150 degrees out here.
Yeah, he's a hard worker. And remember, he only retired like 13 years ago. So he's got that fresh memory of what it's like to be in tough fights. So I like that. I like that fact as well, that he pushes me. He knows how to get me fight fit. Not just, I'm going to get you fit for like what I'm doing today. I'm trying to get you fight fit. So everything that you think I'm doing now, don't worry about it. Just keep on pushing through, because I've got a goal to get you towards a fight.
We spoke to Derrick James, and he was like, past the training, I like him as a friend. Like, we could talk. Like, you guys could sit there and talk. And you said that he taught you a lot of things, and he's one of the smartest guys you know. But what was the first thing he told you where you said, oh, snap, this guy is smart?
Yeah, man, you gotta put some dick on that right hand, man.
I don't know how you do that. Don't be trying to do that.
You got Texas on you.
I don't know. The slang in America is different. So slang in America is different.
What about the other guys in the gym? Did you spend all your time with Errol Spence and Jamal Charlo? What do you get from those guys?
Different times.
Right.
But one thing I like about the States is when you're talking about music, entertainment, Hollywood, boxing, I feel like a lot of the best athletes have come from the environment. So when you talk about like Derrick James, he's probably been in the gyms of the Mayweathers coming up and Tysons, and so I can get first-hand knowledge and experience. And being around Errol and these guys as well, is they've obviously, like Errol, that rumor about him sparring Mayweather and this and that. So they've learned things from being around one of the greatest fighters of all time. So I'm around the environment. Now, when I see him working, I'm saying, rah, he just went 45 minutes non-stop. And then he's gone and done another 45 minutes. Errol, I can see why he's got the success he's got firsthand. When I'm in the UK, the UK's been good. Like, I love UK boxing, but I think every fighter coming up should try and travel to the States or Russia or wherever it may be that they have in Cuba, and go and learn from people that have a long line of success in their country.
Right.
Because, like, as I said up there, knowledge. If you can gain some information, I think you can go far. And being in that gym, I'm getting so much knowledge by just watching as well.
So we all talking about, oh, we think we're going to see a new AJ.
Yeah.
I think you excited to show what you got and buried down, right, that you just learned.
I'm excited to fight.
Oh, okay.
I'm excited to fight. That's the main thing. I'm looking forward to getting in there and doing my job. And I could definitely say that there's things that I know as a fighter, but a good coach will always reinforce these things, yeah?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's just kind of, but it's the basics.
Yeah.
It's the basics. And I heard one saying where, like, Kobe, like, I'm not saying I'm like on Kobe's level, but they said that it was crazy to see him warm up, because someone at his stature, you would think he'd be doing some crazy training,
Right.
but
Yeah.
he just done the basics
Right.
really well.
Right.
And Derrick
Like
James,
putting the dick on the right hand. the basic.
yeah, so, you got to put that, you know what I'm saying? So, Derrick's telling me, listen, you got to rotate with them punches, and that's like, use your body, don't use your shoulders,
Yes.
use your body.
Right.
That's how you
Right.
set that up to sit.
I'm happy you mentioned body,
Power
because
go
you do
for
look
the
bigger.
Bro.
Yeah, you look a lot bigger. Is it on purpose, if you put a bit of extra size on for destruction, or is it just a case of those chopping trees and
That
that
Texas
Dallas food,
barbecue.
that Texas barbecue?
So, interestingly, when you talk about the weight stuff, we were talking about it in the gym today, so we come straight from the gym. What do you weigh? The guy was asking me that owns the gym. I said, I don't really train for a specific weight,
Right.
because I'm a heavyweight. I just train and go
That's
for
the luxury,
feeling.
yeah.
Right.
But I think the thing maybe why you're seeing the weight now is that when you've lost a few times,
Right.
you have to do things properly in order to come back. So in terms of what it's come down to is nutrition and sleep.
Right.
When I first started, I used to be on the weights, SEC and all that stuff. But when you go 12 rounds a few times, and I know like Jermaine Franklin, I think he's fit. He can do the 12 rounds and he does them well. Weights don't win fights. They help, but they don't win fights. So I haven't been doing the weights, but what I've been doing is putting the right nutrition in me.
Okay.
And, feeding my
Yep.
body. And I think that the results are the hard work I'm doing in the gym, sparring, heavy bag, mitt work, shadow boxing. When you're feeding your body after a hard session, your body's just getting stronger. and
Just
stronger.
absorbs that food.
Absorbs that food.
Yeah.
Before, I would just kind of leave the gym. I wouldn't eat for 4 or 5 hours until I'm home, I'm showered, and my body's depleting. Now I'm eating, putting it back on. And I
Right.
think that's where you're seeing.
Big.
AJ, we're talking about this Derrick James talk and how comfortable you feel in Texas. Has anybody from the old regime reached out, at least with positive vibes, saying good luck, or I'm going
Yeah.
to be at the fight? I'm talking about McCracken and those guys.
I haven't spoken to McCracken.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you know that whole breakup, like that breakup.
Yeah.
But that whole that's
Yeah.
it was tough. It was tough because
It's a long relationship.
yeah,
It's
man,
a
you
long
got a lot of
relationship.
respect for these guys, but at the same time, it's like I always say it with my friends and my family as well. When I'm at war and I'm fighting, I can't always be the guy maintaining relationships as well.
Right.
And yeah, some people haven't even reached out to me as well. But I know when I'm done boxing, I can then go and sit down and spend time. But I'm in camp.
Right.
But yeah, I respect them. Other people from other places like Virgil, I went to see Virgil Hunter. We talk.
Right.
Ronnie Shields, we're still cool and all that. But from my Angel Fernandez, Joby
yeah,
Clayton,
Fernandez,
yeah. Sean Murphy, but Rob, we haven't really had too much dialogue. But Rob's always been like that. He's a busy man.
It will happen. You'll speak to Rob. It's just going to happen.
He's a busy man. He's a busy man.
You were ringside for the Jermaine Franklin Dillian White fight.
Yeah.
There was a lot of talk of if Dillian White won that fight, it would have been Dillian White.
Yeah.
It's Jermaine Franklin. What did you get from Jermaine Franklin, seeing him up close in person for that fight?
Good counter puncher, very good. How to explain it? Like comfortable at.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the pocket.
Yeah, like I'm a big guy, so people expect me to be upright. It's
Right,
probably
right.
easier to hit. He's not like that. He's not.
Yeah.
You don't really get hit with 1-2s. When you look at Jermaine Franklin, you don't really
Right.
get hit with 1-2s. Kind of steps back, sits down on his punches, slips and slides. He's a good operator in that ring. Very efficient. Very efficient. He done the rounds with Dylan. That's why I feel like the Jermaine Franklin I'm facing is going to be better than what I saw that night.
He
100%.
physically looks a lot better already.
And I've learned as well, like, don't underestimate anyone. Be on my game, even though I'm not worried about, like, what anyone does in the ring because I'm too invested in them. I've got to focus on myself. So
Yeah.
I don't underestimate him, but I've got to kind of focus on myself and be fully focused.
You think Dillian White won that fight?
Do you want me to be honest?
Yeah.
I didn't really care who won the fight. I swear to you, I wasn't
Yeah,
even watching
yeah.
it for that. So you know what it is? I think,
And you didn't even think you was going to fight neither one of them anyway, right? At the time? Or maybe Dillian. Maybe
Dylan or Jermaine. Eddie was kind of saying whoever wins is going to excel.
Okay.
I trusted Dylan. I didn't care. But what I saw in that fight, I think Dylan, what he was doing, he was riding a lot of the shots. He come with that new...
new defense.
Little Buddy McGurk.
So
Joe George Foreman.
So even though Franklin was letting off maybe more punches per round, I think Dylan thought he was blocking him.
Yeah.
But from where we're sitting, we can see Jermaine throwing punches, so it looks like he won.
Yeah.
So I think like in the fight game, Dylan's so experienced now, he thought he can just tuck up and win the fight that way, but work rate wins the fight. You got to be seen to be the busier man.
What was your first impression?
They're in my ear, he's got to go. They're in my ear, they're saying AJ's got to go. No, go on. One more.
He said, hold on, producer.
You talking about
If AJ says, hold on, we got 2 more minutes. No,
listen,
last one, go on.
what's your take on all of the Fury-Usyk talk and that fight finally falling apart? Like, what was your first impression when you heard this off?
I looked at myself and I thought, thank God I'm not the champion, because no, real talk, because I'm fighting Saturday. You know, as a fighter, it's so important to stay busy and stay active. It's the only way you get better. You have to be consistently fighting. And these long layoffs that we're having ain't good for the development of a fighter, and we're getting older and the years are going by. So that's the first thing I thought, like, damn, if I was in that position, I'll be switching, because before that, I fought September 2021, I fought August. 2022, then I won't be fighting until July. It's too much. And it's just crazy. Honestly, it's crazy. You know, the heavyweight championship belt should be getting fought.
Exactly.
Yeah? As much as possible, Defending. He loses it, he goes and defends it. Brings excitement to the game.
All right, don't, Brett. We got to go. He's got to go. Honestly.
No, don't go. Listen, see, he said, go ahead. Last one. I never heard your take on this. I heard Eddie Hearn, and I know what I think on this. Eddie Hearn was like, we need to go back to the drawing board and get like a top 15 guy. I think this guy is, this is not taking a break. This is not taking a soft touch. This is a real fight. Is that how you feel? Like, this is the top guy.
I respect Jermaine. I respect Jermaine. I respect myself, but I respect him, for sure. I don't know where he's ranked in the rankings, but remember, I just come off with 2 losses and...
But still, you're not getting a soft touch.
I feel like it's crazy of me to get a soft touch. I think that's not the right...
That's what I wanted to hear.
It's not the right place for me to be in my career, because when you get soft touches, it builds a full sense of confidence. And when you get thrown into the real,
with the real lions,
you're going to be like, I'm not used to it. So I'd rather have it tough. I'm looking forward to a tough fight on Saturday, because I feel like we're going to get set up for a bigger fight in the summer.
You get yours in now.
No, I've got to wrap it. I can't even get ready. I've got to wrap it. I've got to wrap it.
Everyone at home, I appreciate you guys as well. And you guys, it's good to see you. Good to see you as well.
Good to see you.
Thank you. And I'll catch up with you soon, yeah?
Indeed.
Good luck, champ.
DAZN, the home of AJ. Make sure you scan your QR code if you don't want to miss this fight on Saturday. Talking about Jermaine Franklin,